This one for WWE champions. Pay to win like every day, yeah.
I don't play mobile games.
Funny how they still think I'm a broke man.
Then I'm broke.
Even though I be pulling Hogan's. I spent like 40 grand on a couple thousand pictures of some sweaty men.
So what's the difference between then and now? Now, on day freaking one of anything new being in a fighting game, you've got hundreds of fucking try-hard creators who are running the gauntlet of testing, who are sitting there in the lab, who are recording and uploading and montaging. And here's how you beat this. Here's how you stop that. Here's how you do this. Here's how you beat that. And within like 2-3 days of anything new being in the game, you've already got how to beat the new character. But the character just came out. Like, can we play with the character before you basically tell the entire world how to make them worthless in the game? Really? Can we, like, play the fucking game and have fun with it? That whole entire era of that time of discovery feels fresh, feels exciting and new when a new character or a new game comes out, and now you can explore for yourself. That has been absolutely destroyed by the internet. Because now, on day one on YouTube, day one on Twitch, here it is. Here's everything you need to know. Put absolutely no time or effort into playing or learning for yourself. Just copy what we're sharing with you. Oh, by the way, like the video, buy my merch, and send me super chats and fucking memberships because I just fucking spoiled the entire game for you. And to make matters even worse, back in the day, even when tech was shared with the internet, okay, the entry level skill check was that the games actually had execution required, all right? Even if you knew the top tier stuff to do in any fighting game, you would have to sit there and practice endlessly in order to get good. And since the games weren't at home, you had to pay to go to the arcade, you had to wait in line, so you basically had to put in the time, effort, and money to get good at fighting games. Today, every single fighting game is baby mode. Meaning you don't need good execution. You don't need to sit there and practice too much. You could literally sit there for an hour with any character and probably learn all of their top tier combos because none of them are hard to execute at all. You just need to know situationally what to do and then just practice a little bit so you get the muscle memory and you're good to go. Why do you think it is that when you actually play fighting games now and you're playing the meta, I mean, I'm playing against a Cammy. Every fucking Cammy plays exactly the same. Because they all watch the same videos, they all practice the same tech, they all know the same meta, and they all play at exactly the same level. So if you know that throw loops are dominant in Street Fighter 6, guess what? Every Cammy you fight will be doing the same throw loop, and you'll be doing the same guessing game, the same gambling chance that you break out of the throw loop or not. And what happens is the game becomes incredibly repetitive and boring. It's just the same thing every single time you play it because everyone's copied each other. It was never like that back in the day. I want to emphasize with all of you, it was incredibly fun the entire first few months to year of any new fighting game being out because it felt fresh and new. Everywhere you go, you'd play something different you'd never seen before. It would just be so much fun. In this case, the games are destroyed within weeks. You know, why was playing with Mai Shiranui so fun yesterday? Because everyone was experimenting. No one really knew what they were doing, right? And by playing that first day, it felt fun and fresh and interesting. You could try mix-ups. You could try setups. It was great. Within 1 week, everyone will already know everything that Mai Shiranui can do because all these idiots are going to fucking post it all over the internet and explain in heavy detail, here's how I analyzed it all, and here's exposing everything to the world. But again, because there's no actual execution required to play these games anymore, you're making it so any fucking mouth-drooling idiot can now play the game at a meta level because you're exposing the meta for profits. Get it? What's happened is the internet has made it profitable to spoil everything about every game ever. And it's incredibly bad for a competitive game to have its entire competitive meta spoiled within a couple hours. It's that whole time period of playing and discovering for yourself, which is the absolute best time period of any fighting game, has been completely crushed into just a day or two and just ruins the game experience. And the problem is there's nothing you can really do about it now at all. Really, there's not. Like, I can't even, how would you fix that? The culture now is everyone rush to the internet, everyone monetize content, everyone expose everything right away. Every fucking person sitting there watching videos, grinding, practicing. Did you lab today? No, I didn't lab. I played the fucking game for real. I didn't sit there labbing combos. I actually played the game like I'm supposed to, you know? That's like saying, well, I played Mario 1 today, but instead of actually playing the game, I sat there and just did World 1-1 for 7 hours, so I perfected it. What about the rest of the game, stupid? Right? But it's what I mean. That whole era of exploration, discovery, it's gone. Everyone just watches a video and labs. And then that's supposed to be a good game. No, it's not. It's not fun anymore. You've ruined the actual fun experience. So, yesterday, day one with this character was incredibly fun. What did I discover? Basically, that she has versatility. She actually has a true reversal, unlike most of the characters that I've used. Her upper flaming kick, or whatever the hell it's called, is actually quite good as an anti-air and as a reversal if you need to get out of a tricky situation. She has air versatility with air juggles and an air dive that's timed well, and you can do things with it or after it. Her combo ability is actually quite good. She has different combo paths that work, and that can lead to her buffing herself with her level 1 super, and it's really useful. And once she has the level 1 super activated, now she has all these new tricks and things with the fans that are really nice. So I like the character. But, in the meta of things, will she hang? I don't think so. I still think that characters like Cammy are going to dominate this game in the meta, especially a character like Cammy who's never been nerfed. They haven't nerfed her at all. Cammy has just been top tier since the game came out, and Capcom refuses to really touch her and make her fair. Instead, everything she does is advantageous. Everything is at an advantage. Everything leads to a giant combo. Everything recovers instantly, and everything pushes you to the corner where she has a throw loop. Mai has some good tools, but not that many. So I really feel that, sadly, in this case, okay, Mai will be good for a bit, but as soon as people figure out the fan tricks, meaning how to get around her fans trying to catch you and cross you up and lead extended combos, the moment that's figured out, she's just another fart in the wind, as they say. She's, for 1 minute she's here, the next minute she's gone, and the top tiers will still dominate this game. She doesn't have insanely good normals. She has two. One is standing medium punch, and one is crouching medium kick. That's it. Those are her two normals that lead to combos. But outside of those two normals, everything else is kind of mediocre. And because of that, she can't dominate in the mid space, like neutral. You're going to have other characters kick her ass with pokes and stuff. Like, I was particularly having a hard time against Zangief because Zangief's pokes are much better. So I was like, damn, it's actually hard to even stand mid-range on Zangief in this. So, I had a great time. I actually would like to play more with her, and I will. Like, next week when we play Street Fighter 6 again, I will use Mai more. So you will see Street Fighter 6 in the mix. I think what I'll do next time is probably warm up, and then I might try to do my ranked placements. But watch this. Here's what's going to happen. When I go to play with her again next week, it's going to be a completely different situation. I mean it. Everyone's going to know how to fight against her. Everyone's going to know not to fall for the fan tricks. And everyone's going to start kicking ass. Like, oh, I know how to do perfect drive impact through this situation. Oh, I know how to interrupt this hit string by mashing this button. Everyone's going to know. They're not going to learn. They're just going to steal from everyone who posts up the tech because they're so desperate for views and money. So I bet it's going to be the same situation. Now, at the same time that I was having a lot of fun with Street Fighter 6 yesterday, undoubtedly, I made a big discovery. The game actually plays way worse online now. Even in matches that at first started as like a 4 to 5 bar green connection, wired connection, not wireless, all of a sudden in the match, there'd be major frame drops, there'd be staggering and skipping, and there'd be the bars going all the way down to red and then skipping back up to green and back down to red. And you're looking at it, you're like, what the hell's going on? Like, why is it behaving like this? It didn't used to do this. If you remember, this game had the best online connections of any fighting game. And I think what's happened is, sadly, it's now almost 2 years old. Remember, it came out June of 2023. I think that almost being 2 years old now, the game just has a much smaller player base. And because of that now, those ideal connections just don't exist anymore.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You are a fucking idiot.
Even when they start, they end up crapping out. And let's be honest, probably right now, they don't maintain as much server, not maintenance. What's the word I'm looking for? They're basically not maintaining as many servers because the game's in its second year life cycle now. So it has a declined player base. So they're not trying to make it run as good as it used to. Everyone who's playing it is going to keep playing it at this point, regardless of if the servers crap out or not. So they're probably putting less into it, especially now you got games like Monster Hunter Wild's about to come out and stuff like that. That's going to be their focus, right? So they'll keep maintaining it, but I guarantee you that the servers are not as good as they used to be. So it's a combination of not as many players, therefore not as ideal connections, plus they're probably not putting as much money into it as they used to. It's not awful, but dude, definitely there was an issue where some of the matches were crapping out, and I was like, wow, that's shitty, right? And it didn't used to do that. So
you got some idiot named DSP who's a total piece of shit, by the way. I like to get that on YouTube, but